Hi and welcome to Made of Yarn podcast. My name is Lotte and I'm coming from Sweden. This will be a podcast today, a little bit crochet also, but mostly knitting. I will tell you about my giveaway. I talked about it in the last episode. What I'm wearing, of course, what I have been doing last Saturday, and show you some photos, what I'm knitting on, and so on. I hope you will enjoy, that you have the time to sit a little bit and knit perhaps, or crochet with me, even though it's an explosion of podcasts and vlogs out there now in December. So the risk is that I'm disappearing out there. But if you're here, you are so welcome. And thank you so much I had 2 comments last episode here on the English one, because I talked about a giveaway for, I have over 1,000 subscribers, mixed between you who talk English and my Swedish viewers. And also it was the last episode was episode 20. Oh, sorry. But I just had 2 comments. One of them was from my friend, who I know doesn't want to, I guess, participate in the giveaway, because she sent me yarn instead, because she doesn't knit a little bit. She crochet a little bit, but she sent me, even so, she makes project bags for me and I knit for her. So I know Jane that she wants knitted items instead. So I only had 1 comment, so I can take that immediately. I will see if I had that one here. It's Vicky Shaw 374. She said, "What a fun prize! I would love the chance to win." So you are winning. Oh, I forgot that yarn also here. You will win a skein of 2-plied. And another color of this one, more mustardy, it's a 2-plied from Järbo here in Sweden. A dishcloth and 5, I have them here at least. I think, no, here. Stitch markers that my daughter Lovisa made. One is here, but it's 5 different ones. So if you can send me a message, Vicky, on my Instagram, I'm Gjort av Garn there, so I can have your address and send it. And I hope you are seeing this now in December. Otherwise I will talk about it in January also, because I can understand that perhaps people don't have the time to watch so many podcasts now in December. I had to apologize. I was about to talk about this one, but I have to apologize. The last episode, I had the sweater I was wearing. It was turned back. I had the back in the front, so that's why it was too big here, and I didn't see it before I had already recorded everything. So I have to apologize for a miss in my clothing. Sorry. But what am I wearing now? This is, I think it was Helma cardigan by a Norwegian designer, Kristin Viola Ödegård. Last summer, this summer, she had, she always every summer have, I think, it was the first time for me, she has a knit-along, a summer cardigan, mystery knit-along, something like that. And I know I have one of her books here, and she has also patterns in English, because I know everything she does is so beautiful. So I trust this designer, even though I didn't know what the pattern should be. The only thing we knew when we paid for the pattern, that we had also then a group on Facebook, an amazing group with so much help, both from herself and all the others. The Norwegian women are Norwegians. Even men are amazing to knit. Many of them in Norway. Sorry. So they are so glad to help. We knew that we should have 9 different colors. How much of each? So I had to think about the main color and color 1 to 8. But I had difficulties to understand this with contrasts. She said, well, if you have this color wheel, if you are a makeup artist, as my daughter Amanda is, she talks about that also in makeup. But if you are a, do you say painter? If you paint and draw, you also know about this with the color wheel, that the opposite color is a good contrast. Also then when it comes to choose colors for knitting, when it comes to color work. But I really didn't really understand it quite, but I started even so, and we had, I think it was 6 clues we had with some days in between. So we started with the neck, the ribbing here, and then it was one day and so on. If the finished pattern is in a book she has called 1 Year with Cardigans, something like that. She has it also in English. But the pattern does not have striped body and sleeves. It's one of the, I think it was about this, but the opposite, do you say so? The more of the rust. Anyway, I started to make it, but I have problem with I have ache in my fingers and all over me, but it was troublesome. I should never have been done with it if I should have made the whole thing in color work. So I wrote and asked if it was possible perhaps to make it striped, because I saw in one of her, perhaps she has more. See if I can find it here. I think I saw it here. Sorry that you have to wait for me. No, it was more in the back. That she made here. This one with stripes, and it's so beautiful. And she said absolutely it was not any problem. So I started with like in this pattern, more, perhaps I had 8, I think I perhaps had 8 of this rust color and then 2 of the whiter one. But she said it try to make it 4-2-4-2. So I ripped it up and made it like this instead. And I'm so glad for it. But it became an UFO, unfinished object, for some months. So now I am in a process that I had to finish things that are laying in project bags. I had to finish things. It's so sad when you start so happily and you are longing for this item, a cardigan or a sweater or whatever, and then you put it aside because I'm so eager when it's like this. Also, when the children comes and ask for something, of course, and then I throw this away and start with this, and then I forget what I did before. But now I have to take myself in my ear and finish. I had to. Now it was like this. This wasn't finished. It was just a yoke and a bit on the sleeve, a little bit on the body. Then I come to think, because my youngest daughter, my baby Amanda, should be married. She got married this Saturday, last Saturday. And I come to think that I should have a linen dress, and we should sit. We just had a calm wedding with the nearest family, and afterwards a dinner with the closest family. But we should sit outside on I don't know the right word, but it's more like a summer room in the house. You have glass windows, but it's not heated. So they worked so much with this room to make it proper and warm, because it's winter, and it was about in Celsius 12-13 degrees minus outside, but they made it so good because they have dogs and my husband are allergic, and also it was perhaps the best way to I took Swedish in between. Anyway, it was the best place to be in, sit around the table there. So I was thinking, if in case it's too cold, I would love to have something beautiful to have. Because I have cardigans, I have sweaters, but nothing new for a wedding. So I come to think about this one again. So I picked it up and started to knit on needles 3 millimeters, the biggest size. It took it took time, and I got, of course, ache. I measured. If you think this, let's say, I can show you the piece of the body. So 1, 2, 3, 4, about 4 and 5 stripes of the rust color. I measured I could do in a day. So I knew how long the body would be, so I counted also. Okay, if I do that every day, I will be finished on Monday, the Monday before the wedding, with the body. Because I finished the one sleeve, and then I took the body because it's so much, and then it was just one sleeve left. Oh, sorry again. So I finished on Monday, and then it took about 2 days because I had ache in my wrists. And then it was it Thursday, Friday? Oh, something like that. Because I then should do the ribbing here around, and it should also be knitted. And I did one with the buttonholes, but it was just with the garter stitch, and it was too much. I'm sorry, I will pause because my daughter was ringing. So now I'm back. I'm sorry. It was both of my daughters who tried to call me. I put the phone on, do you say flying mode? Something like that. So they didn't reach me. But I'm just recording. I said, okay, then we know you're okay. I forgot to check what I was talking about when they called. I was talking about this one. How I was. Anyway, I was stressing to finish this one for the wedding. On Friday, I had to stick it. I had to make the button band. What was I talking about? Yeah, I think I said I made it in garter stitch. So I chose to make it to crochet it instead. I will show you closer. So this is not in the pattern, but she has it in other cardigans. And then after that, I should crochet. Oh, I have a little bit there. From the inside, you crocheted to get the like a pearl bumps around the neck and down. That was so much fun. It was the first time. It was so fun to make it. I will take this off. The what do you say? What I don't like is that it's too wide in the neck. But I can have a shawl or something instead, or perhaps take a thread with some elastic band inside. So 10 in the morning, Saturday morning, when we should go 10:30 with the car to that city that she lives in, my daughter now. 10 minutes before that, I finished the buttons and everything, but it was all still a little bit wet, but it could follow me on the trip to my daughter's wedding. And then it was Amanda, the wedding. I asked before if she wanted to have a shawl, a knitted shawl. She didn't know, she wasn't sure what kind of dress she should have and so on. She just ordered one, actually. She didn't want to spend that much money on a dress. But it was beautiful, and she can make it afterwards to an ordinary dress. I will talk to one of my sisters-in-law that is good sewist. It's a hard word, this, to cut it and make it. I mean, Swedish again. To a dress, perhaps just under the knees or something. Anyway, I thought she's getting married in December. It will be cold, and perhaps where should take the photos. They had a friend who is learning to be a professional photographer, and he asked if he could take photos for them free. Of course he could, but perhaps also it was the thought to have it outside. So I was making one anyway for a gift. And then Lovisa, the week before, she surprised, Lovisa is the older one, should surprise Amanda, who was getting married, with a, do you say hen party? a mild one. There were just a couple of others also there in Amanda's apartment with, how do you say? Since Amanda was small, she loved Alice in Wonderland, every one of them. So Lovisa made a theme with Alice in Wonderland. I was drawing something and Lovisa printed out photos and cut it out, and in it, so it was pictures everywhere and quotes from the movies and the story everywhere in the apartment. So it was a nice surprise for Amanda. And then after a while, at the evening, Lovisa gave Amanda a gift from me, and I have wrapped in the shawl. So she was so glad for that, because she had said to her Oliver that she really had wanted one, but a shawl, but it was perhaps too late to ask for one. So I had made one anyway. The problem was, she forgot it, I guess, in the apartment when she was went to the wedding ceremony, but then she asked if I could take it back, because it was the meaning that I should rest in their apartment between the wedding and the dinner, but it wasn't much rest even. But I saw the shawl there, so I took it with me to the dinner, so I could take good photos there. And it was a little bit chilly in that room, so she had it on her shoulder. So I will, if you're following me on Instagram, you have already seen it. It's the French can shawl, a pattern I had for years. It was so popular when it came up. I think, was it 2015 or something? I'm not sure, but it was so popular, so I bought it and had never made it. And it was, I love to knit cables, so it was such a fun knit, and the shawl became beautiful on my Amanda, I have to say. I also made her as a gift Molly mittens, but she forgot them totally, but she can wear them anyway. And even so, I will put up photos of them also without any hands in them. My thought, if they were outside and she could even show the rings. I forgot mine today, because it was just half mitts with a longer cuff here. So I made that for my baby girl Amanda. I will just check here on my notes. I got much from the Swedish viewers. I got many questions I asked you if you wanted to participate in my giveaway. You could, if you liked, ask me something. So I got many questions, quite many questions in Swedish, but in the next episode, perhaps in January, then I will take that, a Q&A episode perhaps. It's fun to have. I enjoyed to get questions like that. So I will take that next time and show you also what I'm knitting on then, of course. I forgot, but then I will also, if it will be in January, I have been crocheting the whole year on it's hard for me to pronounce, temperature blanket. Quite easy now. Blanket, a crocheted one in granny squares. So for every day I'm making a row, depending on how cold or warm it is. So now it's the last month this year, and I will put it together then in January. Sew them together. No, not sew them together. I will crochet them together. Yes. So I have to wash them and block them also before, and I guess that's easier because they are quite big, one square. So I don't think if I have 12 squares that I get any room in my washing machine. So I will take 2-3 at a time and wash them. Oh, sorry. I'm thirsty again. I talked to my daughters, both of them at the same time. And they understood it also, that perhaps that I probably was recording, but in their eyes I'm old now. So they think perhaps I have been falling down or something. Oh, but I still understand the feeling of that when my mother didn't answer, I got so worried, even though I know she was always at home. And I'm always at home also because I don't know what's the correct word. I'm retired, but not because of age. It's because of my sickness. So I'm home always, almost always, unless I'm at the grocery store or something. But I always have the phone on otherwise. Well, my friends, I will close this up now. I have to break in here and tell you about a podcast that I forgot to talk about. It's me again. I forgot to mention an important thing, a new podcast that I love. It's the podcast Sorry Not Sorry podcast. 2 lovely women. I know one of them since before, Jade, but now she found a beautiful co-worker from America, and Jade is from Canada. A lovely. They just have 2 episodes yet, but they are so lovable to watch, with much knowledge. So I really recommend that podcast. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry that I forgot it, because now you know about them. And say that I hope you have a calm December. Don't stress. It's a month like every others, even so. It depends how you see on it, but many people are stressing, and so I hope you have a good crafty time also with knits or crochet or whatever you are doing. If you embroider or sew or whatever you do, painting, that you can calm down, because it's good for you. Stress is never good for us, for anyone. But yes, soon it's 2024. It's a new year. And what can we expect from that year? We'll hope all good, don't we? Thank you for taking your time to visit me. I don't think I've talked about what I'm knitting on, have I? I will say that soon. If I have, I don't think so. It's a sweater for one of my brother's grandsons, Edward. He's 10, and very sensitive to ordinary wool. So it's wool. So it's merino wool. Because I made one for his little brother Fred also. I can show you a photo here. It was a good buy, but then I'm back again. It's so typical me. I made one for Fred a couple of weeks ago, and they are growing so fast, the little ones. So now I'm doing this one, and it's quite fast. Even so, now I don't know if I said that, but I'm not allowing me to do something new before I finished many of my other UFOs. How did I say it? A replay in that case. Sorry. Back to the end. Thank you so much for your patience with me, that you took your time here, and I hope you enjoyed, even though I'm more tired than usual, and after this wedding, so I'm extra tired. But I hope you had some, I can't find the words again. I hope you enjoyed anyway. Thank you. We see each other perhaps in January then. Bye.